Alright, so this is the step over here at 5312 First Avenue. And so we're going to start out with the design of this. So currently it's got two buttresses on either side and a deep landing right here. And we've also got varying heights from the sidewalk right here over to the sidewalk over there. We're kind of going to be given a blank slate here. So the steps are going to be in one of two different ways. The first way is that it's going to be in a similar configuration to this, but without the buttresses. So we're going to go with an 8-foot wide step with a 36-inch deep landing. The next tread is 1 foot deep, and then the tread below it is actually going to be about 30 inches deep. The reason that we're doing this is because if we make this whole thing go side to side, then we need to have a space to walk over to the sidewalk over here. So as you can see, the sidewalk over here is at a different height than the sidewalk that I'm currently on. The idea is that this is all going to be taken out. All of this sidewalk section here is going to be taken out, and it's going to actually be reconfigured slightly. So the height of this sidewalk right here is actually going to be taller. It's going to be closer to the height that it is over here because this is kind of that set height. So we're going to need to, the grade is going to need to be adjusted to this new height of where we are, which is, I don't know, probably 3 or 4 inches lower than what it is over there, which gives us 3 6-inch steps now. Actually, it's 17 and a half, so 3 5 3/4 inch steps, something along those lines, to go up here. They're also going to be wanting their yard regraded. I don't know if you can tell by this video, but there's a big hump in their yard right in this general area here, and they want to make it so it's a complete straight slope going down, as opposed to having the hump there. So Jack, we're going to ask Jack to come in here and to take out the steps, to do all the demo work, to take out all of these steps and all the way around the side, and then to flatten this area out here so that way the steps that are going back in place here are going to be at the same grade going all the way down to up here. So the new height is going to be slightly taller here, and it's going to come around, it's going to be the same height as what it is over here. All right, the second option is going to be to have a half wraparound step, so that way all of the steps are 12 inches deep, and it just wraps around to the side. In this particular instance, we're going to actually bring the wrap all the way to the corner of the house, so that way it's we give them as much space over there as we need. Or as they need to kind of walk up and down, and the landing is deep enough to put a pot. So, but it's going to start over here, and the landing is going to end like 3 or 4 inches shy of this side where it currently is, to give us the 2 feet that we need for the 2 steps going down to the edge of the house over there. We will need to obviously pour foundation forms and sonotubes. So we've got the 2 steps. Oh, the material that we're going to be using is limestone for the treads, and then the I don't know if you can tell over here, this is basically Fond du Lac. It's slightly buffier, if you will. It's got a little bit of yellow to it. They're probably going to be fine with just straight Fond du Lac, but I said that we'd look to see if we could find some sort of buff Fond du Lac, or maybe oak field, something along those lines. So this whole sidewalk here would be demoed by Jack as well as the step. And then the step over here, we would rebuild with a Fond du Lac and a single piece of limestone going across it. Before I go on, those front steps, they want as few pieces of limestone as possible. They want as few joints as they can get. So, talk to me regarding how the configuration is going to be for those pieces, because it's what we can and can't do, I discussed, and we'll have to kind of figure out what the piece sizes are going to be. But anyway, this is going to be a solid piece of limestone on the top. We'll adjust the height of this step so that way it's an even step into the house, because right now this is like a 5.5, and the step into the house is like a 9 or something like that. So we're just going to make it, obviously we'll do it. I told her we weren't going to do footings for this, but we would put it on a foundation So that way it's at the same floating foundation as the sidewalk. So we do need to put a small pour under it, but no footings. And then for this space right here, when this comes out, we need to veneer using Fond du Lac, I assume, or whatever the riser stone is, across this space right here, which is 4.5 feet. That's it for us. What Jack would have to do for demo is the rest of these sidewalks along here. So the idea would be that in a perfect world, Jack would come in first, demo all of the stuff here, the steps, get the grade correct so that they can replant their seed or whatever, or their grass. I told her that it could be a little while before we could come in and do it, but she wants to be able to get her stucco taken care of as well. So if Jack is able to demo all this, they can do the stucco stuff before we come in with our doing the stonework. She understands that it might be a little while, that it might be kind of a blank walkway area until we can get to it. But in a perfect world, like I said, Jack would come in first, do all the demo work, then we would come in, do our steps, then Meyer would come in and do the pours after that.